Imagine this. You think the most dangerous people in life are your enemies, the ones who insult you, attack you, openly betray you. But according to Friedrich Nietzsche, the people who do the greatest damage rarely look dangerous. They don't argue with you, they don't threaten you, they don't try to control you directly. Instead, they slowly drain your confidence, your peace, your ambition, until one day, you no longer recognize yourself. The frightening part is that these people often enter your life looking kind, helpful, supportive, even loving. Today, you'll discover 7 types of toxic people Nietzsche believed could quietly destroy your future if you allow them to stay too long. The 7th type is the hardest to recognize, because almost everyone mistakes them for a good friend. The first type, the constant victim. No matter what happens, life is always unfair. Nothing is ever their fault. Every failure has an excuse. Every mistake has someone else to blame. If they lose a job, their boss was jealous. If a relationship ends, their partner was toxic. If they fail, the world was against them. At first, you feel sympathy, you want to help. But eventually you notice something strange. Nothing ever changes. Because people who never accept responsibility never improve. Nietzsche believed that growth begins the moment a person stops blaming the world and begins examining themselves. The constant victim refuses to do that, which means they remain trapped. And if you spend enough time around them, you begin blaming the world too. The second type, the silent competitor. They smile, support you, celebrate your success. At least, that's what it looks like. But every achievement you share makes them strangely uncomfortable. They immediately mention someone doing even better, or remind you that success never lasts, or quietly change the subject. They never attack your victories directly. They simply make sure you never enjoy them. Nietzsche understood that envy rarely speaks honestly. It hides behind comparison, sarcasm, false humility. The silent competitor doesn't want to become successful. They simply don't want you becoming more successful than them. The third type, the energy drainer. Every conversation feels heavy. Every meeting leaves you exhausted. Nothing excites them. Nothing inspires them. Problems, complaints, negativity repeat endlessly. Eventually, you stop sharing your dreams, because every dream receives another reason why it won't work. Negativity spreads faster than optimism. Nietzsche warned that emotions are contagious. Spend enough time around hopeless people, and hope begins disappearing from your own mind. The fourth type, the boundary breaker. They borrow without asking, call whenever they want, expect immediate replies, demand your attention, pressure you into saying yes, then become offended when you finally say no. Healthy people respect limits. Toxic people treat limits as obstacles. Every ignored boundary teaches them they can ask for more next time, until eventually, your life no longer belongs to you. The fifth type, the fake supporter. They compliment you publicly, encourage you when others are watching. But privately, everything changes. Your ideas suddenly seem unrealistic. Your goals become dangerous. Your confidence becomes arrogance. Their encouragement disappears the moment nobody else is listening. Nietzsche believed character appears most clearly when applause disappears. Anyone can support you publicly. Real loyalty appears in private. The sixth type, the manipulator. They rarely raise their voice. They don't need to. They control conversations instead. They make you explain yourself, defend yourself, apologize, until somehow you forget why the conversation started. Their greatest weapon isn't anger, it's confusion. Because confused people are easy to control. The more uncertain you become, the more powerful they feel. The seventh type, the comfortable friend. This person never insults you, never criticizes you, never argues. Instead, they quietly encourage you to stay exactly where you are. Whenever you dream bigger, they remind you to be realistic. Whenever you improve, they tell you not to change. Whenever you grow, they miss the old version of you. At first, this feels like acceptance, but slowly you realize something. They don't love your potential. They love your predictability. Because if you become everything you're capable of becoming, the distance between your lives becomes impossible to ignore. Nietzsche believed that many people prefer comfortable company over inspiring company. comfort keeps everyone equal. Growth changes everything. Sometimes, the people who resist your growth are not trying to hurt you. They're simply trying to avoid confronting their own lack of growth, which makes them far more dangerous. Because they don't even realize what they're doing. Perhaps this is Nietzsche's greatest lesson. Not every toxic person is cruel. Some are simply comfortable, fearful, resentful, unwilling to grow. And without saying a single hostile word, they slowly convince you to stop growing too. Pay attention to patterns. Who leaves you inspired? Who leaves you exhausted? Who celebrates your progress? Who quietly resists it? Because the people closest to you shape the person you eventually become. Protect your mind. Protect your standards. Protect your future. Because sometimes the most important decision you ever make is deciding who no longer deserves access to your life. If this video made you think of someone, trust that feeling. Patterns rarely lie. Subscribe for more videos about Nietzsche, psychology, toxic people, and human nature.